Hey everybody, Max here, and today I'm going to be doing a review of this Star Wars Mandalorian Bo-Katan Kryze figure. I think this is the exact same figure that was released previously in a Black Series box, with the exception of this New Republic coin that comes with it. I've picked it up at Ollie's for about $10. I happen to like the character, like the actress. I think it's kind of cool that Katie Sackhoff was able to play her in real life after voicing the character on the Clone Wars series. So I honestly hope we see more of her. I think the figure looks cool, and I'm looking forward to adding it to the collection. So I'll be getting it out of the package and doing a little quick review. So stick around. Okay, so here she is out of the package, and she is ready to rock and roll. Pretty solid figure in my opinion. I like the helmet, pretty good detail there. Pretty good paint all around. Her targeting system goes up and down, no problem. Doesn't feel too flimsy. I like the paint on the helmet. I think they got that right, and it looks good. It does come off to reveal Miss Bo-Katan herself, Katie Sackhoff. The head is on a dumbbell, and the neck is separate too, so you get pretty good range of motion. She can look down that far and up that far, which it's all right. You know, it's not going to be great for flight poses. She's not going to look up as far, which is probably one of the main complaints that people have about neck articulation with flying characters, is that they just can't, like, especially flying characters with long hair. She doesn't have long hair, but she's got hair, but I digress. But the portrait's good. It turned out really well. The eyes look good, the lips, the mouth, face sculpt on a whole. The silver on the headdress is good. Pretty good texture on the hair. No complaints there. Good detail on a whole. Joints are, she can go do almost a T-pose. Pretty good, actually. But just be careful. I wonder if I might be rubbing the symbol off. Or maybe it just came that way and I just didn't notice it. But just kind of be careful with that. But yeah, the shoulder pads. Now, this is one thing. Characters with shoulder pads, oftentimes you have trouble getting them into a T-pose. So you might have to work on one of the shoulders. But I guess the vest, chest plate here, it's high enough and the shoulder pads are low enough so that you can get it into a T-pose without much trouble. So that's a plus in my opinion. Has the same single jointed rotating elbows that I am just not a fan of. It's not 1984. This swivel arm battle grip just ain't doing it, guys. These characters deserve better. So you can tell one of them goes a little past 90 degrees. It is what it is. I'm not happy with it, but I doubt they're going to change it. So there's a ab swivel. She can go forward that far. That's it. And back that far. That is it. But good rotation and side to side's not too bad. Thigh cut, both legs, fan of those. The holsters are free floating. This one's already starting to tear a little bit, so just be careful. The plastic's fairly thin, so be careful there. Also be careful around the knee pads. They're glued on, and the side is floating free, so just be careful of those. Not completely glued down. And again, it has the more modern Black Series single jointed rotating. I mean, seriously, guys, what person? I mean, you can put her in a wounded position. So with that, I mean, nobody's leg does that. So no boot swivel, although some Black Series do have boot swivels. My Jedi Luke Skywalker does, and has the typical ankle pivot. And just be careful when moving the foot back all the way like I just did. there's a molded strap. It's not, it's plastic. It's just part of the figure. So there's this kind of lip to the strap of the shin guard that the heel of the boot has to go over. Hopefully you can see that. And you have to, and I did this it bent a little too much. You have to bend the heel back a little bit to get it over. So you have to just be careful. So she can go all the way like that. Coming in for a landing. And that is Bo-Katan. So she comes with her blasters, and they're just solid black, or gray plastic rather, with some paint on the grips, brown on both sides, but they look fairly detailed. They look like the blasters from the Mandalorian series. And so yeah, on a whole, I'm glad I got it. It's I got it for $10 at Ollie's. And the only difference, I think, between this figure and the original Black Series boxed figure is that it comes with this New Republic credit. And it looks all right. I mean, it's not necessary. I honestly, if they were going to include something like this, I would prefer it to just make it into a stand, a character stand. So have a little peg somewhere so that you can stand your figure up on it, because it has the ports for stand pegs, so that would be really cool, standing on the Republic symbol or something like that. So, yeah, so it comes with that. So do you have her yet? Did you get her the first time around? If you haven't, now's a good time, because it's pretty much the same figure as the Black Series that went for probably $25. You can get it at Ollie's for $9.99. So I'm glad I grabbed it. Kind of an impulse buy, but maybe down the road I'll create a Mandalorian line of figures there. So add that to my collection. So maybe you're doing that. Maybe she's just one of many Mandalorians that you have. But yeah, highly recommend it. I'm going to give her a 7.5. The fact that, I'm just never going to like these limited joints, the limited range of motion. That's always going to knock down a Black Series, in my opinion. So, but for the sculpt, and for some, it also has this rotating. The shoulder rotates a little bit. It's not a butterfly joint, but you do get a little floating shoulder. Overall, the paint, the sculpt, I'm going to give it a 7.5. I like it. The price, can't beat that. So yeah, can't recommend it? Well, yes, I can recommend it. Well, I hope you like it. Hope you like the video. Go out and grab it if you don't have it. Maybe you can find it at Ollie's, and I'll talk at you later.